Hello my dear students, once again welcome to your mathematics online class. Today we will be starting a new chapter from your textbook, that is chapter 9, and the name of the chapter is complex number. So as we know that the necessity is the mother of all the inventions. So now when the people came across the equations like x square plus 1 equals to 0, okay, so in this equation could not be solved. So when I try to solve it, I get the value x square equals to minus 1. Okay, so the value of x will be equals to under root of minus 1. And this number, it does not exist on a number line. Okay, so it does not come in a real number. So such numbers were said to be a imaginary number. Imaginary number. Okay. So in mathematics, this imaginary number, that is under root of minus 1, can be symbolized as small letter I. So small letter I means it is under root of minus 1. Okay, so that is the starting of this chapter, the imaginary number, and later we'll also learn what is a complex number. Okay, so now coming to the power of this imaginary number. So I already know that I is equals to under root of minus 1. Now the first is, if I square it, I square will be equals to under root of minus 1 square. So the value gives me minus 1. Okay. So the second one, if I cube it, I to the power 3. So this will be equals to under root of minus 1 to the power 3. Or I can simply write it as under root of minus 1 into under root of minus 1 whole square. Okay. So from the above expression, we can simply replace this by minus I. So under root of minus I can be replaced with I, and into under root of square of under root of minus 1. From the second we saw that it is minus 1. So it gives me the value minus I. Okay. So now coming to the third one, to get the value of I to the power 4. What do? I simply write I square into I square. So that will give me minus 1 into minus 1. So which is equals to 1. Okay. So finally I saw that I to the power 4 equals to 1. Okay, so this value you must remember. So therefore the I to the power, the integral number of 4 will always give me 1. So that is, I can write this expression as I to the power 4n is equals to 1. Okay, so where the value of n may range from 1 to infinity. Okay, so that is the first thing you must remember, that I to the power, the multiple of 4 always gives me the value minus 1. Oh sorry, not minus 1, 1. So now the first exercise of your book is completely based on this expression. Okay, so let us try to solve few of them from your textbook. So here I have two questions to get the value of I to the power 14 and to get the value of I to the power 28. So let us try to break this into the multiple of 4. So I can write this one as I to the power how much? So 4 into 4 3s is 12. Okay, and into I to the power, now how much is remaining? 4 3 are 12, 13, 14, so square. So this will give me I to the power, the multiple of 4, this is equals to 1 into I square. We have the value, the I square is minus 1. Okay, so this gives me the value minus 1. So therefore I to the power 14 is equals to minus 1. Okay, so let us take another example there. So this will be equals to I to the power, now 4 how much is 28? So 4 7 is 28, 4 into 7 is directly 28. So this is the multiple of 4. So from the expression I to the power 4n is equals to 1, I can directly write this value as 1. Okay, so this is how we simplify the questions related to the imaginary number, that is the I to the power of some integers. Okay, so now coming to the next important topic of this chapter, that is a complex number. So what is a complex number? So generally the complex number can be represented with z. So any number of the form a plus ib is known as the complex number. Now what is a and b? The a and b, they are the real numbers. Okay, and I, as we have already studied, is equal to under root of minus 1. Okay, so now here this a is termed as the real part and ib is termed as the imaginary part. Okay, so for example, if I have any number like z is equals to 2 plus 3i. Okay, so this is what is known as the complex number, where 2 is known as the real part and 3i is known as the imaginary part. Okay, so is that clear? So now there are some of the properties related to the imaginary properties related to the complex number, which we will be discussing now. The first thing we are going to discuss about the complex number is the conjugate of the complex number. So now what is a conjugate? So the conjugate is represented usually by, so if z is a complex number, then its conjugate is represented by z to the power or z bar. Okay, so if I have a z is equals to a plus ib, so what will be its conjugate? Its conjugate will just be equals to a plus ib whole bar, okay, which can be represented as, so just by changing the sign of the imaginary part, we get the conjugate of a given complex number. Okay, so therefore the z conjugate will be equals to a minus ib. So for example, if a is equals to 2 minus 3i, okay, so its conjugate will be equals to 2 plus 3i. Or if I have a complex number 5 plus 6i, so its conjugate will simply be equals to 5 minus of 6i. Okay, so there are some of the properties related to this conjugate number, so which we will understand with the help of some of the questions of your book. So here I have taken one of the questions from your textbook, where the question says to find the value of x and y. So to get the value of x and y, I will simply simplify this and compare the real part of the left hand side with the real part of the right hand side, and the imaginary part of the left hand side with the imaginary part of the right hand side. So while simplifying this, simply the real part can be added with the real and the imaginary can be added with the imaginary part. So here if I open the bracket, it will be x plus iy plus 3 minus 2 of I equals to 1 plus 4i. Okay, so these, adding the real parts, I get x plus 3 plus I y minus 2i is equals to 1 plus 4i, or simply it is x plus 3 plus, now taking I common from there, I get y minus 2 is equals to 1 plus 4i. So now to get the value of x and y, what will I do? I will simply compare. Now comparing, so what to compare here? The real part is compared with the real part, and the imaginary part is compared with the imaginary part. So here I get x plus 3 will be equals to 1, and so from there I can get the value of x. So x will be equals to 1 minus 3, that is equals to 2. And comparing the imaginary part, also I have y minus 2 equals to 4. Okay, so this implies that y will be equals to 4 plus 2, that is equals to 6. So therefore I get the value x is equals to minus 2 and y is equals to 6. Okay, so that is how we solve to the given questions related to the complex number and get the value of x and y. So now again I have taken another question, that is simplify. Okay, so how to simplify this expression? So simply using the formula of a minus b whole square, you expand it first. So it will be a square minus 2 into a into b, 7i plus b square, that is 7i square. So this will be equals to 3 square is 9 minus 3 2 is 6. Okay, so here 2 3s are 6 and 6 7s are 42. So 42i plus 7 square is 49 and I square is minus 1. Okay, so this will be equals to 9 minus 42i minus 49. Okay, so this will give me, so 9, here I have 9, there I have minus 49, so it will give me simply minus 40 minus 42i. So that is how I simplify the given expressions. So now I have taken another question that tells me find the conjugate of 3 plus 4i whole square. So what will I do? I will simply expand that one. So 3 plus 4i whole square is equals to 3 square plus 2ab, 2 into 3 into 4i plus 4i whole square. Okay, so this will be equals to 9 plus 2 3s is 6, 6 4s is 24. Okay, so it's 24i plus 4 square is 16 and I square is equals to minus 1. So this will give me 9 plus 24 I minus 16, or subtracting this one, minus 16 plus 9, it will be equals to how much? It will be equals to 6 7 minus 7 plus 24 I. So now to get its conjugate, so therefore the conjugate of minus 7 plus 24i will simply be equals to minus 7, just changing the sign of the imaginary part, minus 24i. So that is how we solve the given questions. So now I have taken another question that tells that prove that the conjugate of the conjugate is equals to the given complex number itself. So what will I do? I'll write let z be a complex number such that its value is equals to a plus ib. So now therefore I find its conjugate. So its conjugate will simply be equals to a minus I of b. Now what will I do? I'll get the conjugate of this also. Okay, so now if I have to find the conjugate of conjugate, okay, so simply it will be a changing the sign here plus ib, which is equals to z. So therefore I get z conjugate whole conjugate is equals to the given complex number itself. So such questions are there in the first two exercises of your textbook. So please try to solve each of them, and you can send it in my WhatsApp number, and if you have any problem you can definitely contact.